This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. My first two guests are both from the Alpena Senior Center. I have Annie Hepburn and BJ Sander. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. And Annie, I'm going to start with you. You started your position how long ago at Alpena Senior Center?
January.
Wow. And so I know you've accomplished a lot because I get the newsletter, I read the paper, I know a lot of things going on. So how are things fitting in for you?
Great. I love it there. It's so much fun. It's so great to help people and just be there to learn from the seniors and provide all the programs that we provide to the community as well. But I love it. I think everything's going well.
Very good. And as I always say, I love going there, sort of, kind of, because when you open that door, the smells hit you of the wonderful food and you just want to go in and sit down. And there's no reason that I couldn't. But I just tell people, if you've not been there, if you're nervous about going the first time, give them a call. Someone will meet you at the door, walk in, sit with you. It's a painless and easy thing to do, and you will be so glad that you met some of these wonderful people that go there on a daily or weekly basis.
For sure, and we are trying to actually reach out also to the younger seniors,
okay,
because a lot of people always had the thought process that I'm too young to go there, or I'm not old enough, and really there's so many programs that we're doing at different age ranges for the young seniors and the older seniors, so anybody is welcome. And I agree, walk in the door, let us sit down, talk to you, look at the newsletter. It's packed full with fun and exciting different events each month.
And you have a lot of young seniors, because I don't think I could keep up with some of them when I go in there to observe them.
Right.
Now, BJ, you're here today, and we're going to talk about the Project Student Gourmet. What is that all about?
Project Student Gourmet was a grant that we worked on the end of last year, and we were awarded the grant this year through the Michigan Health Endowment Fund. This is a huge intergenerational project that we're going to be working with, collaborating with ACES Academy.
Oh, yay.
We're going to be, next week we've got garden boxes coming in, raised garden beds. We're going to be doing at the center, 25 of them in a grassy area,
wow,
3 in the back of the center that will have herbs in it. So we'll be growing fresh produce. And the thought process is that produce is ready when the kids go back to school, because the big portion of the grant will be the students from ACES Academy coming to the Senior Center and learning how to cook.
Wow, and it says special emphasis on Michigan's children and seniors, focusing on healthy food, living a healthier lifestyle, a pilot project at the Senior Center. You know, what a great idea. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. And I know the cooks at your center are wonderful about making nutritious and healthy meals too.
They are. We have requirements that we have to go by to serve a nutritionally balanced meal. And
so what kind of vegetables do you imagine that you will be growing?
We'll be growing everything from beets and carrots and different types of onions and quite a few different types of lettuces.
And then what will you be doing with the vegetables once they're ready to be harvested? Will they be going to, will the kids at the school take them, or will we be using them at the center?
We'll be using them at the center.
Wonderful.
The students will be coming over, and we'll be preparing meals to serve to the seniors.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll be looking forward to hearing all about this.
So throughout this grant also, this is a school to work type of project with ACES. So the thought process is to give them the skills that they can utilize and hopefully get jobs when they get out of school. We'll be having a job fair at the end of the year for them, and they'll be learning to do resumes at ACES. That's going to be part of their curriculum, preparing them with those areas. We also have a pilot program called How Rude that we're also going to be bringing in with this one also, teaching them how to properly go up and shake somebody's hands and introduce themselves, and if they go out to a real fancy restaurant, how to use the proper forks and knives and spoons during the meal.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Annie, you're going to talk about You Are Not Alone.
Yes, this is a 6-month series that we are kicking off June 24th at the Alpena Senior Center. And what it is on June 24th, we're going to link it with the fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association for the Longest Day event.
Okay.
So that used to be held years before at the Presbyterian Church. This
Right.
year we're going to put it all together and do it at the Senior Center. And we're collaborating with the Alzheimer's Association, Tender Care Greenview, and Cobby Goose, and the center. But the 6-month series really is going to be kicked off, and we will be having presentations on how to help you with the journey of Alzheimer's and dementia, because that is such a tough journey. And what we find is that nobody knows really where to go. We have the association here in Alpena, but again, they don't always want to go there, or they don't really know how to get there. So with the Senior Center being the hub of information, we feel that if we partner with these agencies and make this available to the community, that they'll know where to come, and then we can kind of guide them throughout their needs when they're going through that.
Okay, now do we have to call and register for this event? Is there a charge?
The charge is $20 for the whole 6-month series.
Wow.
That's if you attend one or all 6. And so each month we will have different presenters. We'll have an elder law attorney, a physician. The sheriff's department is going to help us on safety. So really everything to know what you may need, even financial help, all of that will be available through the 6-month series.
Now, in this one, from 1 to 3:30, they can paint a 16 by 20 canvas with Cobby Goose for $35.
Yes,
That's
and
fun.
that's a fundraiser for the longest day event. So a
Okay.
percentage of that is going to go to the Alzheimer's Association, and then with Cobby Goose helping us do that.
And Tender Care Greenview is a wonderful partner in our community too, so I'm glad you were able to partner up with them too.
Yes, and they deal with a lot of people working with dementia on a daily basis, any of
Yes.
the long-term care facilities. So reaching out to them and them being on board is a great support system for us.
And you already have, all the dates are all planned out, so they can call you or probably go on your website and find out all the dates so that you can mark them out on your calendar and be sure to attend for $20 for each person. And if it's a loved one or someone in your family, and you just need more information, what a great thing.
Right, so they can call us at the center, either myself
Okay.
or BJ at 356-3585, and get any of that information. And this flyer is in the newsletter in June, and we will be giving the whole itinerary
Okay.
at the kickoff
good.
meeting, so that they'll have the dates and the presenters that we'll have as well. We have them mostly locked in, so
Good.
we're working on that too.
Well, thank both of you very much, and your entire staff there, for all the wonderful things you do in our community for our seniors and not so seniors, because it's a wonderful entity in our community, and I hope people will take time to stop by and say hi.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll be right back following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guests this morning Jacob Deletka and Amber Sushek, two students in our Corrections Academy that's been hosted by ACC this week. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. So, Amber, you are a current student
Yes.
at ACC. Thank you for wearing the shirt. We
Yep.
appreciate that. And Jacob, you're a graduate,
Yes,
and you now work for the Alpena County Sheriff's Office.
I do.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about, Jacob, you start. Tell us a little about the Corrections Academy and why it's important to somebody who, like yourself, who's already employed.
It's important because it's teaching us, interpersonal communication skills and communicating with inmates and with each other, and it's also teaching us suicide awareness, so we know what to look for and signs and symptoms. It teaches a lot of what we will use and what she will be using on an everyday basis.
So what you're learning, you see on your job on pretty much a daily basis.
I do, yep.
Wonderful. So it applies.
It does.
Very good. And Amber, how's the week? Well, this is the third week, isn't
Yep.
it? So how's the experience been for you?
Good. I've been learning a lot, so.
You have 21 students total, 19 other students than you, and they come from a number, I think a dozen different counties across northern Michigan. Has that been fun, getting to know some of the other folks?
It has been. I don't have any experience right now as a correctional officer. I'm hoping to after this academy, but seeing different corrections officers and the experience and hearing their situations, it's good to hear the feedback, of what to expect.
So part of learning is always learning from other people, and so you're getting a lot of that, I bet.
Yep.
Most everyone else is already employed in the corrections arena?
Yep.
Okay. So what has been the main takeaway for you, Jacob, this week? The thing that you've learned the most or enjoyed the most?
I've really enjoyed the PPCT, the pressure point control tactics, that and the speed cuffing, because I haven't had to do it yet, but when the case comes that I will need to, I will now have a better idea of what I need to do to take control.
So the acronym you use, that's a way to establish physical control over somebody?
Yep.
And how does that work?
Pressure points. We are taught various parts of the body, the neck, behind the ears, where to put pressure to gain compliance with another person.
How about you, Amber? What's your main takeaway from this experience so far?
I liked the gauge, which is ground avoidance, ground escape. It was pretty much just going over like what to do in a situation if you were taken to the ground by an inmate, or if an inmate was on top of you, how to get out of it.
So this isn't all book learning. It sounds
No.
like these two activities maybe happen on a mat with you grappling or with folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how did that go for you? I mean, is that do you do that in your criminal justice program, or is this new? Amber?
New for me. I liked it. My body didn't so much, but it was fun. I learned a lot. So
Got
yeah.
some bruises, did
Oh,
you?
yeah. Yes.
How about you, Jacob?
Like I said before, I haven't had to do any of that with an inmate yet in the jail, but like I said, when the time comes before the class, I wouldn't have known quite what to do, but now I have a better understanding of what I need to do to keep myself safe and also them safe as well.
Wonderful. Well, I poked my head in one day and I saw you folks practicing with plastic knives, you know, how to protect yourself and kind of deflect a knife attack. It was fascinating.
Yeah.
And what was your takeaway on that? That's pretty serious. That most people in their line of work don't have to deal with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I like it not only because it's for like correctional officers, but you can take it outside of that too. You know, you never know if you're confronted with somebody with a knife or coming after you, and if that's the case, we will know what to do now. So.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Like Amber said, it not necessarily even for corrections, just every day you never know, and it's not only something that we can learn, it's also something that we can teach, you know, family, to give them little heads up on how to defend themselves. If
Kind of some basic self-defense stuff. So I have, you know, what is it about the corrections field that appeals to you? It seems difficult, dangerous. Sometimes people don't give adequate respect. What is it that appeals to you, Amber, as somebody who's about to enter into that career?
The reason I want to do it is I want to help inmates. Not everybody's perfect. People make mistakes, but when they're in the jail, I want to be able to help them try to be better people. So when they do go back into society, you know, they maybe hopefully follow down the right path.
Jacob, you're into your career. What is, well, two questions, I guess. I'm curious, what drew you to it? And is the thing that drew you to it the thing that still draws you to it?
Well, I've always had an interest in law enforcement. Like we had mentioned before, I graduated from ACC with my degree in law enforcement. It wasn't necessarily corrections was my first interest, but at the time I had a friend who was working there who is now the new deputy here in town. She said, you know, I think this would really work for you. It definitely sparked my interest. She told me what it was all about, and it seemed like the fit, and I'm glad I went for it, and not looking back.
No second thoughts?
Nope.
Wonderful. Well, I think in people's minds there may be a lack of clarity. If you were to, what's the difference between criminal justice and corrections? Or is there a difference?
I would almost say it's pretty similar. You know, the road officers are dealing with them on the road, out in their element. When they come to the jail, they kind of, they're in our element, so we not only have to keep them safe.
Okay, corrections is more jail, after the jail situation comes in.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we can't let this end without giving credit to Larry Thompson,
Right.
your
Definitely.
instructor,
Yes.
and a renowned police officer in this town. So how is it to have Mr. Thompson as an instructor?
He's great.
He's great.
He's a retired city police officer, so you know he kind of knows a lot about it already and does
Very
a good
good.
job. Yep.
Very good. So we've got about 30 seconds left. So briefly, if you had a young person out there listening, what would you tell them about the career?
It's not for everybody, but it's definitely worth it.
Amber?
Same thing, pretty much. If you have a passion for it, then pursue it.
Wonderful. Thank you both for taking time out of your study day and for appearing on Talk of the Town and representing ACC so well. And thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.